Alright guys, so I'm back here with part 2 of my Elimination Chamber review. So continuing on, next match we had was for the WWE Championship. The Miz versus Jerry Lawler. In a match everyone already knew what was going to happen. I just don't even know what to say about this match. I came in with low expectations, didn't expect much, and didn't get much at all. The sad part was the Miz was dominated, and I mean dominated, by a 60-year-old man. Like, I'm serious. The Miz maybe had 3 moves. The rest was his bitch, Alex Riley, helping him out. His pussy with bitch, Alex Riley. Sorry for the swearing. I just hate Alex Riley. Anyway, literally, Jerry Lawler, like, pulled on all the stops. He really performed well. But I don't want to see that. I mean, I know everyone wants to pull for the old guy, and they want to pull for the vet to have a good match. But it didn't intrigue me. I wasn't excited when any of that happened because I knew what the result was going to be, and it wasn't cool that he was dominating the WWE champion. It just proves so much. It proves the Miz can't fight with the best of the best. It proves he has to defend his title at a pay-per-view, where you're going to get fans buying a pay-per-view against a 60-year-old man. And it also, the Miz just disgraces everything about the WWE Championship. That he gets shit kicked the entire time, and in the last 2 seconds of the match, pulls off his finisher and wins. He's just a disgrace to the title. An absolute disgrace. And yeah, he won, but oh my goodness gracious. I don't even know what to say anymore. That was just plain terrible. And I know I complain a lot, but the direction the WWE is going sometimes, it just makes me want to throw up. And I appreciate that they were bringing back relevant guys like Booker T and Trish Stratus, and now Triple H is returning, the Undertaker's returning. They got Kevin Nash. I appreciate that, but some of these directions that they're going, especially with the Miz, it just makes me sick to my stomach. Yeah. So then we had the main event, the match that I did not see the end of because the damn live feed friggin' broke. I already said that in my first part, but please, I'm begging you right now. If anybody knows any good sites where there's a live feed of WrestleMania and any pay-per-views, please, in the description, in the comment section, please leave me a comment and tell me where I can find it because I'm just having no luck. Yeah, so I did see the first part though. The first 2 entrants were Sheamus and John Morrison. So John Morrison, of course, did his vintage parkour. He got flipped and landed on the cage, then hit an enziguri onto Sheamus. Enziguri on Sheamus back into the ring. That's pretty cool. Then they kind of just battled back and forth before Randy Orton came in as the number 3, and he just shit-kicked both of them for quite a while. He was in full control. He flipped Morrison onto Sheamus on the outside onto the floor. He also hit Morrison through a pod. He just slammed John Morrison through a pod. It just has to happen in every match. At least one pod has to get destroyed. Then he hit a top rope. He did that DDT thing where he hits the DDT when your feet are like on the rope, and he hit that onto the steel floor onto Sheamus, and that was brutal. So that's pretty cool. So Orton is in full control. He absolutely dominated. Then Punk comes in at 4. But it was funny. I didn't know if this was like a glitch or if it was like supposed to happen, but Punk's pod wouldn't open. So it's like that much open. So he's trying to squeeze through it, right? He's trying to get through the pod, but he's stuck. So Orton's looking at him because, of course, they're rivals, and Orton's just gloating. He doesn't know what to do. So he's just standing there, and he just starts destroying he starts destroying CM Punk. Just attacking him. Punk's stuck, so he can't do anything. So he's just beating down Punk, throws him in the ring, and Orton hits Punk with an RKO. And so Punk is eliminated without doing anything. And I'm so happy that Punk's gone that quickly. It just kind of really made me laugh. But then the anonymous Raw General Manager comes in and says it was unfair because Punk's pod was malfunctioning. So Punk is reinstated in the match, and he doesn't have to come in yet. So Punk isn't in yet. So then the real number 4 entrant after that, John Cena, comes in. So it was pretty cool. Cena's pod opens, and Sheamus doesn't even let Cena leave his pod. He immediately starts attacking John Cena, and he just starts beating him down inside the pod. So yeah, it was cool that Sheamus was just like brutally attacking him. Then R-Truth came in as number 5, and then Sheamus tried to jump Truth, the same thing he did with Cena, but instead Truth threw Sheamus and nailed him on, and his head hit the pod. So it's pretty cool. But then Truth hit the lie detector on Cena, but then he got hit with a bro kick by Sheamus. And so Truth was jobbed pretty quickly, kind of like I suspected, and he was the first one gone. Then Orton threw John Morrison through the pod, through another pod. So John Morrison has now been thrown through a pod by wait, hold on. Yeah. Yeah, that's the second. Randy Orton has now thrown John Morrison through 2 separate pods. That's pretty funny. And then Punk came in as the final entrant. So Punk comes in. He then Orton kicked out of the bro kick from Sheamus at 2. And then he RKO'd Cena onto the floor, but nothing happened. Punk hit the GTS on Orton, and Orton is eliminated. So now you're down to 4 guys. And that's when my live feed kicked out, and I missed the rest of the match. So what I heard was apparently, of the last 4 guys left, Cena, apparently CM Punk was eliminated next. Then it was John Morrison, then Sheamus, I think. I honestly don't remember. Because I didn't actually see the match at the end of the match before, as I said, because my damn live feed cut out. I'm gonna quickly check on that because it's bothering me. After Orton was the second one eliminated. Sheamus was the third one eliminated by John Morrison. After it was really cool, and I wish I would have seen it because it sounded like it was probably the best part of the match. Morrison and Sheamus were both on the top of the pod, and Morrison pushed Sheamus off the top of the pod. He climbed all the way up to the top, the center of the dome, and then he hit Sheamus with a flying splash all the way from the top of the dome, like the very top. And I'm pissed because I missed all that. So then Sheamus is gone, but then Punk eliminated John Morrison with the GTS, and then right after that, Cena hit the Attitude Adjustment on CM Punk. So John Cena, your #1 contender at WrestleMania, it's gonna be The Miz versus John Cena, and I suspect that, and I'm not too happy with that. Cena's been in so many WrestleMania main events already. I'm not happy with the fact that. You have your Miz as your WWE champion going into WrestleMania. He's going to get carried by John Cena in this match. I'm not happy that Cena's the #1 contender. I would have rather it been John Morrison. I'm not cool with that because Cena's been in so many main events already, and this is your chance to let the younger stars shine. But I'm not excited because, first of all, they really have. I mean, you got 6 weeks to build this up. Usually what you do, you try to build up a feud between the 2 guys and have some sort of history between the 2 of them before WrestleMania comes up. There really hasn't been any sort of history between the 2. They've had the odd discussion, but there hasn't been too much history. So they really, I don't know. I don't like, you can't develop a credible feud in 6 weeks and make it work. You can try, but I just don't think it works. And Miz is a terrible champion. Cena's been in so many main events at WrestleMania already. I'm just not interested in this matchup. I don't know. From the early sounds of it, this WrestleMania isn't going to be that great. I mean, I'm kind of, if it ends up being Christian versus Edge versus Del Rio for the world title, I'll be really excited. It still won't be that great, but I'll be more excited than just Edge versus Del Rio. If it ends up being Edge versus Del Rio, Cena versus Miz, I am not going to be excited whatsoever. I'm just not going to be entertained by either of those matches. What I'm going to hope happen is The Rock is going to end up interfering in the Cena versus Miz match. And possibly, if The Rock is the special guest ref for that match, that will make it a lot more entertaining. But as of right now, I don't know. I'm just not that intrigued. We'll see what happens on Raw. Maybe I'll get more excited. But right now, it's looking sketchy. But yeah, that's my review of Elimination Chamber. Let me know what you guys think. Give me your thoughts. Comment, rate, subscribe. Yeah. And I'm just going to do a quick plug at the end here. I wasn't going to, but I'm just going to give my boy here, AGM Josh, a plug as well. Because we've been good friends on YouTube for a little while. I've been talking back and forth. He's a really great guy. He's new on YouTube. He makes wrestling vids as well. Check him out. He makes some good vids. He's got some good insight as well. So I'll put AGM Josh's YouTube link in the description box. Check him out. Really great guy. Check on his vids and subscribe. He's a really cool dude. If you get to know him, he's a great guy. And I'll talk to you guys later.